For more on this, we're going to bring in Fox News contributor Karl Rove. Karl, good to see you. Good morning to you. So there's this New York Times analysis of who exactly is voting for Mamdani that I think is super interesting. If we can pull up the first one, it shows that it's predominantly wealthier and more middle-class voters who are supporting him over Andrew Cuomo. You'll see the lower income residents had a bigger vote total for Cuomo over Mamdani. Then in the second graphic here, black residents backed Andrew Cuomo over Mamdani in bigger numbers as well. So I'm just kind of curious for your thoughts here that his entire campaign is sort of taxing the rich to set up these programs for lower income voters, but the lower income voters weren't really voting for him in big numbers.
Yeah, well, they weren't buying the shtick. But yes, what he got was a coalition of people who are finding it hard to live in an expensive town like New York City, and he's offering them lots of free things. He's going to freeze rent. Well, we know what happens then. And landlords can't keep up. They can't put money in to refurbishing and keeping up their units because they're limited in how much they can charge. They can't recover the inflation cost, so housing declines. He's got city-run grocery stores. I loved him. He went on there and said, look at them, they're going to be cheaper because they're not going to pay rent. Well, who's going to pay the rent? Taxpayers are. He's going to have free buses. He's going to have free universal child care. He's going to get some savings. He's going to cancel police overtime and cancel the protest response units of the police department, and put out $70 billion for what he calls affordable housing. Well, who's going to pay for that affordable housing? He says, I'm going to tax millionaires. Well, guess what? There are 350,000 millionaires in New York City. They're going to pay $70 billion for housing. They're going to pick up the tab for the free bus rides. That's $8 billion in fares to the Metropolitan Transit Authority each year. They get to move. They get a vote. They can decide, am I staying in the city or am I leaving? And low-income voters said, you know what, we're not dumb enough to think that this is all going to be cost-free. There aren't enough rich people to pay all of the promises that he's making, and I think there was a lot of common sense in that.
So, Karl, that's the merits. Can we talk about the campaigning? You're a campaign practitioner. I mean, do you have to kind of admire the way that he's figured out how to use new media, social media? He's figured out a message. He's talking to younger people. Democrats are sick of older people being in their party and not giving younger people a chance, and he figured a way to cut right through all of that.
Yeah, look, the head of the Manhattan Institute, Salim, said he is a TikTok Jacobin, which I thought was a great phrase. Look, he ran a great campaign, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and he was authentic, he was fresh, he was new, and his principal opponent was a guy that a lot of people didn't like, namely the guy who was forced out as governor for harassing, what was it, like 50 women? So, if you're going to run a great campaign, it always helps to have a really not very good opponent, and he certainly got that in Andrew Cuomo.
And Karl, we got about 30 seconds left. Final word to you. Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries both congratulated Mamdani on the win, but they're stopping short of endorsing him. What do you make of that?
Well, look, when a guy goes out and says, I believe that we ought to globalize the Intifada, what was the Intifada? It was an armed uprising in which 1,200 Israeli Jews were killed. And this guy doesn't seem to have any problem with endorsing armed uprising. And he says, well, quote, the role of the mayor is not to police language. Yes, it is the responsibility of every leader to set a tone, and his tone, frankly, is anti-Semitic, anti-Jewish. A founder when he was in college not that long ago, of Students for Justice in Palestine, the most radical of the anti-Israeli groups in college campuses.
Karl, can Eric Adams win?
He can, but it's going to, you're going to have at least a, three-person race with the Republican candidate in there, and the votes get split up. He could win, but again, he's a little bit of a damaged product as well. Hasn't had the most exemplary record as mayor, but on the other hand, he ain't a socialist, and I think there's going to be a lot of concern in the business community and among small business people that Mamdani could be a real disaster for the city.
All right, Karl, thank you.
Thank you, Karl.
You bet.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.